Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Fresh off of Marvel.com, I'm bringing you some breaking news. Marvel has just announced 8 brand new titles coming soon. So I don't know whether you guys have seen this brand new article on Marvel.com yet, but they've announced 8 brand new titles, and they have this really cool timeline set up. So we've got a whole bunch of announcements for different events and new ongoing series from December 2021 all the way to February 2022, so just a few months of announcements here, but there's some pretty big things that seem to be setting up future plans for the Marvel Universe, and just some pretty big events kicking off at the end of this year and in the beginning of February. So let's get right into these 8 titles. We've got some exciting ones that have been kind of previewed, but we haven't gotten like official names for, and we're getting a little bit of a preview for what is going to happen with Krakoa and the X-Men after Jonathan Hickman leaves, since he's moving to Substack Comics. So first off, this is an announcement that all of us knew was coming ever since Daredevil was announced to have been ending with, I think, issue number 36, or it might be 37 in November. This is coming in December 2021, and it's called Devil's Reign, a Marvel event. So it's by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Checchetto, who are the ongoing creative team on Daredevil. But like I said, we got the announcement that that series was ending, and now this is the follow-up to it. I'm not reading Daredevil, but this little preview that we got in a free comic book day issue, I think it was the Spider-Man / Venom one, and it just showed Kingpin as this big villain, like really coming into the big role that he's kind of been teasing for a long time as mayor of New York City, being in the background of a lot of different series, but never really making his big plan come to fruition. I'm sure that he's going to be amplified in some way and really take over New York City, everything else. Who knows what his plan is going to be, but for all you Daredevil readers, Devil's Reign should be really exciting. Who knows, maybe I'll even give it a try if I can catch up on back reading for Daredevil. We'll see about that. I've heard that Chip Zdarsky's run has been really good. But that's Devil's Reign with Kingpin as the main villain. And then the second announcement that we have here is also coming in December of 2021, and it's something that we've kind of already gotten announced, but it's just a continuation of some sort of little event that's going to be kicking off in November. So we recently got the announcements and solicitations for Avengers issue number 50, aka number 750 and legacy numbering. Jason Aaron has been the ongoing writer of Avengers for many years at this point, and issue 750 is going to be a huge oversized like $10 issue, and we also got a free comic book day story in the Hulk / Avengers issue, which was previewing what that's going to be all about. We saw these like some of the villains, these mashup characters from the Heroes Reborn universe, as well as some other ones who have all united from across the multiverse. We also saw these teams of Deathlocks uniting at like this tower in the center of the multiverse. They go out and do these missions, so it was super interesting, introducing a whole bunch of new ideas to the Marvel Universe. That's Jason Aaron's specialty. It's just good to see him coming back and doing some really awesome, big Marvel Universe changing events, but I'm talking too much. The name of this event is called Avengers Forever, coming in December. It's going to be by Jason Aaron, and Aaron Kuder is doing the artwork. He has a really cool, like, sort of detailed art style, but also simplistic at times. He's been doing some really good work. He did a Thor annual recently that I really enjoyed. So we'll see how that ends up happening. We only get, like, little paragraph descriptions for each of these titles that I'm talking about, but it's making it seem like this is going to really make the Avengers the heroes of the multiverse. So that's Avengers Forever, coming in December. And now this next announcement, the third one that we've had announced, is also coming in December of 2021, and it's Timeless. So the way that this is described, it makes it sound like this is really only a preview of what's going to be coming up for Marvel, but on this timeline that they have set up at the very beginning, it's the biggest one. It's straight in the middle of the timeline. It seems like it's actually going to be really, really important for the future of the Marvel Universe, so it's unclear whether it's just like a big one-shot or a little mini-series, but it's definitely only the start of something bigger. And it's written by Jed MacKay, which leads me to believe that this might actually have to do with the Infinity Stones. Marvel has revealed that they've got like a 5-year plan for the Infinity Stones, and Jed MacKay has been writing a lot of it, with the Infinite Destinies event just having wrapped up, as well as Infinity Score, this story arc in Black Cat that's continuing on from Infinite Destinies. We've been seeing the Stone Bearers all coming together, the stones traveling to different bearers and revealing new characters, but we haven't had the announcement for what the next step in the Infinite Destinies storyline is. So my guess is that it's Timeless, since Jed MacKay is writing it, but the artwork here should be great. We've got Kev Walker, Joe Bennett from Immortal Hulk, and Mark Bagley. So a couple of those are some of my favorite artists in the business. But for the description here, I'll just read a little excerpt. It's supposed to be about Kang, and with him being the brand new villain, overarching villain of the MCU, they're trying to make him more of a big player in the Marvel Comics with his new miniseries and everything. Kang the Conqueror must fight his way through the coming year to protect the main 616 timeline he's worked centuries to solidify as his own. So really interesting. Maybe Kang is going to be sort of the hero of this event, or at least this timeless kickoff to whatever Marvel's brand new plan is for the Marvel Universe. So that's Timeless coming in December. And now the next announcement that we've got here, this one is coming in January 2022, and it really looks like something super interesting that I would have never expected. This is the one that came the most out of left field for me, and I really don't know what it's going to be about. So just to give you guys the lowdown here, it's called X Lives of Wolverine and X Deaths of Wolverine. So this is really similar to House of X and Powers of 10, and this might be sort of ushering in a new age for Wolverine, obviously, but also for Krakoa. This might be what's next after Jonathan Hickman leaves X-Men, because Hickman has been the guy that has been writing everything so far. He's the guy that made House of X and Powers of 10. He's wrapping everything up in Inferno, but it looks like Krakoa will continue on. They're calling this the second age of Krakoa. It looks like it could be really big. So now that Hickman is leaving, all of the other X-Men writers are going to have to team up to come up with something new. Two different series, like House of X and Powers of 10, intertwined in a certain way. And the artists on this series are Joshua Cassara, who's been doing great work on X-Force, and Federico Vicentini. And then, of course, the writer is Benjamin Percy, who's been writing Wolverine this whole time since Dawn of X started. My guess is that Wolverine will go on a hiatus or end in order for this series to start up, and it should just be a deep dive into everything Wolverine, his whole life, his whole death, his future, like House of X and Powers of 10, but with Benjamin Percy as the guy who's envisioning everything. So that's X Lives of Wolverine and X Deaths of Wolverine. That's quite a mouthful. I wonder if there'll be some abbreviation, but that's coming in January 2022. And then next up for this huge slate of brand new Marvel announcements that we've got here, I've got an ongoing series, and there's a few of these here sprinkled in that don't seem like they could be as quite a big deal as these other like event comics, but you know, they're still including them in the list because these are kicking off brand new series for some pretty important ongoing characters. So this is She-Hulk, written by Rainbow Rowell and Rohei Antonio. I'm not sure if I'll pick this up or not. I don't know if it's gonna be for me, so maybe I'll try out the first issue or something, but just a brand new ongoing series for She-Hulk, especially with the current Avengers story arc going on, World War She-Hulk. She's going through some big changes. At the end of last issue, we saw the Winter Hulk emerge, with She-Hulk having been tortured in the Red Room and her mind wiped, basically, and then reprogrammed to work for Russia. So maybe she'll be dealing with like some alter egos or something, kind of similar to Immortal Hulk right now. She could be an interesting ongoing series. I'm a little dubious of the creative team because I just haven't read that many of either of those creators' work, but it could be pretty interesting. So that's She-Hulk coming in January 2022. And then for the second to last announcement of these 8 brand new Marvel slates that they've just announced, we have a Fantastic Four event that could be really interesting. This is called Fantastic Four Reckoning War, written by Dan Slott, the guy who's been writing everything Fantastic Four so far, since they were resurrected and everything in his series, and I think this could be really good. Fantastic Four is definitely in my like top 5 series, period, coming out from anyone right now, and now Dan Slott is going on a whole nother level with Reckoning War. I'm a little dubious though, because the artists that we've got on this event are Carlos Pacheco and Rachel Stott, and I haven't read that much of either of those creators' work either, but I know that Carlos Pacheco is a classic Marvel artist. He does a lot of work for them. He's been working for them for decades, and he's one of those artists that Marvel really tries to put a spotlight on. Like, they only give him good work. They give him the big comics, the exciting ones that they know people will buy, but I'm just not that big of a fan of his work, to be completely honest. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I don't know who the villain is going to be for this, because there hasn't been any like looming villain in the background of Fantastic Four for a long time. Could be Doctor Doom because he's really angry at them after the Bride of Doom story arc, or it could be Kang the Conqueror tying into the Timeless event. Who knows? And I also don't know if Fantastic Four will continue or if it'll take a break for Reckoning War, because it could be that we're still going to be having Fantastic Four tie-ins while this is going on. So that's Fantastic Four Reckoning War. We'll see what it's even going to be about, coming in January 2022. And then for this final announcement that we have here, this is honestly the one I'm the least excited about, but I'm sure for some people it could be an exciting announcement. And this is a brand new ongoing series for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like I said, this doesn't seem like the type of thing that they'd include in this like important, exciting announcement of 8 different titles, but this is making me think that maybe Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur are actually going to be playing a bigger role later on. So Moon Girl is an Inhuman who has like the powers to somehow switch minds with Devil Dinosaur, this prehistoric dinosaur. They had an ongoing series that ran for like 40 plus issues, I think almost 50 issues, so there's definitely a fan base, but they haven't had a series for a really long time, just cameos in different, comics. But this is making me think, since they're making such a big deal about this random Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur series, series. Maybe they're going to be getting a Disney Plus show or a movie, who knows? But, the comics do correlate with the films and the shows on Disney Plus. We don't have the creative team announced for this one yet. It's blurred out with top secret, but they say in these upcoming weeks and months we'll get more announcements on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and they're really hyping up that duo for some reason. I don't know, they haven't focused on them in a long time, so like I said, my best guess is that those guys are going to be getting a show anytime now. So those are all 8 of the brand new exciting Marvel announcements that we just got. Hope you guys got some good information from this video. All you Daredevil fans must be looking forward to Devil's Reign. I can't wait for Avengers Forever because Jason Aaron has been actually doing some good work on that run recently. Of course, Timeless, I'm not that excited for it because I don't know what it's really going to be about, but getting Kang involved could be interesting. I think it would be good to progress that character. X Deaths of Wolverine and X Lives of Wolverine. What a mouthful, but it could be interesting. A new second age for Krakoa. We've got the She-Hulk ongoing series, the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur ongoing series, and then of course that Fantastic Four Reckoning War could be pretty cool, but we don't have any details on that many of these series. For some, we have a better idea of who the villains are going to be, what the idea is going to be, like Avengers and Daredevil, but for others, we really don't have that much information, so I guess we'll soon find out. But if you did get some good information from this video, or if you enjoyed it at all, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That's the big red button, which is sitting right below this video. You can also hit the notifications bell, which is sitting right next to it. You'll be notified every single time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. And let me know down in the comment section below what you're thinking about all of these insane announcements that we've just gotten from Marvel Comics. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. That's everything from me for today. Bye, guys.